I have to be really consistent that I don't want my horse crowding on me, okay? So if he would actually kind of push into me or lean into me, that I always have to correct him and ask him to move away. Now, again, I'm allowed to be in his space. So if I want to come and I want to lean on Arnold and do that, that's okay. I'm allowed to do that because I'm the person, okay? So the person gets to lean on the horse, etc., but the horse does not get to lean on me. So we have to really, really be consistent about that and tell the horse no every time it chooses to do so. So generally, horses have more of a tendency to crowd into you with their shoulder, right? Have you guys ever had your horses crowd into you or bump them with their shoulder? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna try to work on don't do that anymore. So I want that horse to understand that if I move towards him, he needs to move away, okay? So we start with just the idea that the horse moves away from pressure. So again, we talked about I could use my voice, I could use my lead rope and just kind of swing it. I can use one of those other tools, maybe a hula hoop. I could use something that gets the horse to move away from me because I really need him to understand if I walk towards you, I need you to move away, okay? That's the basics of getting them to move their shoulder. If he's not going to move away from me, if I'm just entering into this space here, moving his shoulder is going to be pretty hard to get that defined. So that's first key. They understand if I move towards that horse with intention, so I act a little differently if I want the horse to move versus if I want the horse to stay still. But if I want Arnold to move away from me, see how, good boy, I used my lead rope. That's all it took. I used a little voice cue. As soon as Arnold moved away, what did I do? I stopped, so that's pretty key. I need him to understand that that's exactly what I want you to do, okay? Now, if Arnold understands that, then we're able to work more specifically on Arnold, will you please move your shoulder, okay? So that is just a little bit of, I don't care if he backs up because he's honoring what I just asked him to do. And when he takes the step that I wanted, that's when I stop. Does that make sense? So my goal is that Arnold moves his shoulder away from me when I step into that space. Most horses aren't used to moving away from you on this side. It's something you have to teach them. So again, we're going to ask him, good boy. That time, he did it right. It wasn't a huge step, but he was like, okay, I got it. I'll take this little step. So I'm going to reward that. Good boy. So that's a lot better. Good job, Arnold. So again, I stopped. I gave him a little pet to remind him what he was doing. Even better. Good job. Because I want him to be fairly relaxed when he's doing that, okay? So again, if he backs up, if he does anything, I don't really care as long as he's moving away from me. So if he's moving away, he's doing the right thing. My hand says go away. My hand says clearly the direction is that way, right? So you can even tell from Arnold's head, he's like, okay, I got it. I'm moving away from you. Then I will use one of my things, okay? So it can be a flag, it can be a rope, it can be your stick, something, or your twirling lead rope that says move away, okay? The minute Arnold does it, I stop. So I always start small, but I will follow through. If they don't move, I will do something. But to keep the idea of horse, I need you to move, I stand like I mean it, okay? So horses also really pay attention to body language. If I'm like, horse, I really hope you would move today, they're probably not going to, okay? So however tall you are, be as tall as you are, okay? So that means I'm gonna stand up nice and straight, shoulders back very much, and I'm gonna say, horse, you're moving today. And I expect the horse to move, okay? So a little bit is just kind of how you carry yourself and just say, you're moving away from me, horse. and be emphatic about it.